Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today I'm here to showcase a 1-bar Oakensoul build for the Stamina Templar, also known as Stamplar. This build is capable of pulling over 93k on the parse dummy. Furthermore, this build is not a solo build and is optimized for group content. I will be using mythics and trial gear, so this is not a super beginner friendly build, but rather more for endgame players who prefer 1-bar builds. With update 35, Oakensoul got nerfed, but the good thing is it's still very viable. With that being said, here we go. So starting off in the character sheet, I have 64 points in a stamina and I'm running the Thief Mundus. For the race, we're a Dark Elf. I think Dark Elves have some of the best passives in terms of stamina DPS. For the food, we're going to be running our TM Takeaway Broth for any content where we do need the health. A cheaper and almost just as good alternative would be Dubious Cameron Throne. And lastly, if you're parsing or just flat out need more sustain, you can opt to run Lavafoot Soup and Salt Rice. For the potions, because we're running Oakensoul and it gives us access to Major Brutality and Major Savagery, two very important buffs for stamina DPS, we can just opt to run Essence of Stamina. This way we get our stamina back and we have access to Major Endurance, which is going to increase our stamina recovery. So for the CP, for the blue tree, we're going to be running Wrathful Strikes, Deadly Aim, Master at Arms, and Exploiter. Swap out Exploiter for different CP for content, especially if you need crit damage or don't have access to off balance. For the red tree, Bloody Renewal, Rejuvenation, Fortified, and Balanced Vitality. So for the gear, we're going to be running 5 pieces of Pillar and Nern paired with 5 pieces of Reliquin, 1 piece Slime Crawl, and 1 piece Oakensoul. So breaking it down in the main hand, we have a Nern Hone Pillar and Nern Dagger with a flame damage enchant, and the offhand charge with a poison damage enchant. For the head, we have 1 piece Slime Crawl and Light. This is traded in Divines with a max dam enchant. For 1 piece of the body, we have a Pillar and Nern Divines with a max dam enchant. And for the body, we have 5 pieces of Reliquin, all traded in Divines with max dam enchants as well. And for the jewelry, we have 2 pieces of Pillar and Nern jewelry, both with weapon damage enchants traded in Bloodthirsty, with lastly the Oakensoul Ring, which is also in Bloodthirsty with a weapon damage enchant. So for the skills, we're going to be running Power of the Light, Biting Jabs, Ritual Retribution, Radiant Oppression, Blazing Spear, and Shooting Star. So for the rotation, we're going to be prioritizing our Power of the Light, meaning we're going to be casting it every 6th skill. Furthermore, your Ritual Retribution and Blazing Spear should be kept up dynamically, meaning as soon as they fall off, just recast it. Try your best not to recast Ritual Retribution too early because the damage ramps up the longer it's up. Your spammable is Biting Jabs, and then at 20 to 25%, you can start replacing your jabs for your Execute, Radiant Oppression. If you do run out of magicka during this phase, you can go back to using jabs. And lastly, when your ultimate Shooting Star is ready, just drop that whenever. So closing thoughts. First up, I definitely recommend running Tri-Stat potions over just Essence of Stamina because of the fact that we have so many magicka skills. If you do need more stam skills, you can replace Blazing Spear or Radiant Oppression for something like Deadly Cloak and it should be just fine. If you want to squeeze out just a little bit more single target DPS, you can run Rapid Strike. For the ultimate, you can run Dawnbreaker instead of Shooting Star. I feel like it could do more damage, especially during Execute, so that's something to just keep note of. Furthermore, if you do need another bar slot, your Blazing Spear should be the first one to go. This can be replaced with something like a heal or anything you may need for that certain situation. And if you don't want to worry about magicka sustain, you can just drop your Radiant Oppression altogether and just keep using your jabs as your spammable throughout the whole fight. So for gear alternatives, instead of going Reliquin, you can opt to go Coral Riptide. You will have to manage your stamina though. For replacements for Pillar and Nern, you have a couple different options. Advancing Yokeda is a good option, Whirl of Depths, Mantle of Sororia, and Order's Wrath. And if you want a super budget build, then you can just go Order's Wrath with Hunting's Rage and you should be good to go. And I think that wraps it up. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, or better yet, come join our Discord. My website is now available and open to the public. I will try my best to update it for every build I make. Furthermore, I'd like to get into content creation full time, so I've started a channel membership for those who would like to support me. One added perk is that members will get build request priority. Both of the links will be in the description. And lastly, if you feel like the build has helped you in any way, please consider subbing and liking the video. Once again, thank you again, and attached is a parse. See you in the next one.